Okay, today was a busier Wednesday than last Wednesday. We got 4 on the board. I don't know what's going on with this week specifically, but this week is busier than the other Wednesday. And I think the Wednesday before that. So I think our business is starting to get busier again. It's not bad. Obviously, me and Alex both did 2 each, which, if there's 4 customers coming in for contracts, we're going to share. We're going to split down the middle. It's different if he had gone on break and I had all 4 to myself, or if I had gone on break and he had all 4 to himself. So it's not that simple. But yeah, no. I have an update. I paid for the cards today. So they're going to arrive tomorrow. Alex has seen the results, and I shit you guys not, I am trying so hard to not peak. But I'm going to give my guess of what I think they're going to be. I think I'm going to get an 8, a 9, and 2 10s just to play it safe. I think one Blastoise is going to be a 10, one of the Charizards is going to be a 10, and the 8 and the 9 is going to be a Charizard, and then the Blastoise is going to be an 8. I'm having hope that the Charizards are high, but if they all come back 10s, fucking spectacular, because then I walk away with a profit. If not, I'll still take a 9, because that's still a £200 card per Charizard. So if I sold both Charizards, that's £400. Both Blastoises, if they go down to a 9, they're like £80. And if they're an 8, they're like a £60 card. So it's not too bad, but obviously I'm keeping a Charizard and a Blastoise regardless, so it's more like, if they're a 10, 500, and 200 if they're 10, so £700 profit. If they're 9s, I'm looking at a £280 profit. If they're an 8 each, I'm looking at 180 plus, so less than 300 is what I'm looking at basically. But yeah, no, that is basically the results. Alex was like, you're going to like what you see, but I wouldn't get too excited. So I'm starting to think that they're not fully 10s, but I said to him, I think they're all going to be 10s, so that's why he said, don't get too excited. So I think that's why he's actually saying, don't get too excited, because I think they're not all 10s. I think one of them is, but I told him not to tell me, so he said, you'll be surprised when you see what they are. So yeah, no, they're still going to be, even if they come back a 9 or an 8, they're still going to be more value than the card when it's raw on its own. Which means, for those who don't know what a raw card means, so basically a raw card is just an ungraded card. Sometimes they can be more. Like, for example, when I got the Charizard cards, they were like, what, 180 raw? £200 raw? They've obviously gone down in value. So I'm going to look at the database, which is Pokedata, sorry. Or as Americans call it, Pokedata. So an ungraded Charizard, Flying Charizard from 151, you're looking at about 143. Card mark is like 221. So it's not too bad. Like a PSA 9, as an example, is on eBay for like 219. So that's not too bad. I will be selling mine on either Facebook Marketplace or Gumtree. So when I get them, I am selling one of them. Obviously, which is going to be pretty goddamn cool to actually sell off a card, because I know people will say, but you can sell them to vendors. Vendors will buy them. No, they'll buy them at a discount. So, for example, if a card was, let's say, a £400 card, they'll probably buy it for $375 to $365, just so you don't get the full value. Basically, I said, because Alex was even like, well, when you go to like London Comic Con, try and sell the card there. And I'm like, the problem is vendors will not buy the card at its actual full price, because they want to sell it off themselves. So if it's like a £400 card, they'll say, I'll buy it off you for like $370, $365 or $350, and then they'll put it back up at $400 or $800 or whatever price they want. Which I think is quite shitty, because it's like, if the card value itself is $400, I expect $400, because you're just going to sell it for $400. Not I'll do 365 and then I'll put it back out for display. Right, it's 400. It's like, right, that card's now £400. It's, you know, what the fuck? I get why they do it, but it is fucking scummy. That's why I said to Alex I'd rather sell it privately, because then I know what the card's value are, and if people try to like go, oh, I'll do 150 for it, or I'll do 250, or no, if I do like so for example, if I had a £300 card and they say, oh, I'll do 250 for it, but no, the value is 300. Here's what it goes for on eBay. I'm not doing it that low. It's either the value of what I'm asking for, or don't bother, because it's like, that's not what the card's value is. But I won't know until I get it. But if it is a 10, that's a £500 card. I'm probably going to sell it. But if I have two 10s, I'm selling one off. But if one is like a 10 and one's a 9, I'm probably going to sell the 10 and keep the 9. And I know people say, oh, sell the 9, keep the 10. The 10's going to give me more money and some of my money back. I'm still going to make some money back anyway. But, you know, it's, what can I do? Saturday or Friday, I'm going to go and get my hair cut. So that will be fun. Because as you can tell, it is starting to spike up and it's starting to get curly and wild. And I won't lie, it needs to be done. But with that being said, I am going to wrap up today's vlog here. I have my niece coming round Saturday, because basically looking after her for 2 days. So Saturday and Sunday she'll be here. So she might appear in the background. You might hear her voice, but she won't actually show up on camera. But with that being said, I will catch you all in the next one. And I'll see you all tomorrow's vlog. And I'll see you all then.